intuitive tarot message for today. Wow. Okay. These two cards is flipped out. I will keep them just for reference. We have obsession, infatuation, adoration, addiction, healing, releasing, purifying, and cleansing. Okay. So this reading is for my subscribers. So you guys may be moving on from an obsession. We'll see. We shall see. Or as you're healing yourself, you are releasing an obsessive, compulsive desire to be with a person, or obsessing over what other people think about you, obsessing over career, money. As you're healing internally, your obsessions with perfectionism are starting to wane. So someone is seeking external validation, and they thought, if I get this job, or if I get this man or woman, or if I get married, I'm going to be happy. And as you're starting to heal yourself, you're realizing that is not the case. So you're becoming less obsessed with the things that you don't have, because you realize that your fulfillment is coming from within. And no matter how much you have or who you're with, you still have to be whole and right within yourself in order to experience the fulfillment that you think this situation will bring you if you were to obtain it. Okay. All right, let's continue. Please, Spirit guides, thank you very much for your support. What message do we have for the collective? This could be a sidebar. What message do we have for the collective? Message for the collective, please. Or my subscribers in particular. Abandoned. Karma. Nourish. Yes. Chasing. Yes. Right. So if you have abandonment issues, right, you were rejected by somebody, or you were abandoned by your parents or loved ones as a child, you have avoidant attachment issues, separation anxiety, you may have thought that reaching a specific goal or objective would resolve these issues. You would feel better about yourself if you were married, or got this job, or got what you wanted, right? There's external validation. You're seeking external validation. And because you were seeking external validation, whatever you were chasing kept eluding you. It kept running away from you. So you were chasing your abandonment issues. You were chasing things that you were not able to attain, or if you did obtain them, you weren't satisfied, because you needed to heal by focusing on yourself, right? Healing your soul, focusing on your own value, your own needs, healing some childhood trauma that's dealing with abandonment. So you kept meeting people who were abandoning you, or you kept being rejected or denied the things that you wanted because you were chasing them to find fulfillment. And now you're healing from that, and you're no longer obsessed with what you don't have or what other people have. You may have been comparing yourself to other people. Look at their perfect life. Look at their perfect marriage. Look at their perfect body. Look at their perfect job. Look at their perfect husband. Why don't I have what they have? Chasing, never enough. Perpetually dissatisfied. Chronic disappointment. Possibilities, free-spirited. Confessions, unveiling, coming clean messages, beginnings. Yes, all this is great. Finality, walking away from your abandonment issues, healing them, healing yourself, finally making peace with the past to the point where you're not competing with other people. You're not trying to, somebody could be a Libra, have a lot of 7th house placements, Libra placements. You're not comparing your life to other people's lives. You're seeking your own happiness, because the things that make the people you're looking at happy, the people you're spying on or stalking, the things that are making them happy may not make you happy. Some women, for example, are happy being a trad wife. Other women are not, right? Some women are happy in situations where, they're completely dependent on their husbands. Other women are not, but it looks good on social media. So you may have wanted things that did not fit you or were not good for you. And you're realizing that now. So this is you defining or creating your own value system that's not based on trauma or coping with trauma or trying to, buy your way out of trauma or buy your fulfillment. You're finding that your happiness is coming from yourself, you knowing who you are, you just being yourself. You don't need a big house, a nice car, to be married, to be truly fulfilled and happy. And as long as you're chasing and competing and comparing yourself with other people, you will always lose. You'll never feel like it's enough. It's always something else. And you could have pushed people away. Like, nobody wants to be around someone who's jealous. Somebody could have been jealous of other people, competitive, like, I got to be the best, the first, the most, the only, right? Boss girl, boss guy, whatever. And this could have pushed people away. They could have saw your jealousy or your jealous nature or your competitive nature and realized that they couldn't make you happy, or you were never going to be happy. There was always something that you were gunning for, always a new goal. You couldn't just sit down and relax because you're always comparing yourself against other people or competing against yourself, trying to prove someone else wrong, trying to prove your value to other people that don't even know you or don't care. You're finally walking away from that. So your obsessions are being healed because you are no longer seeking validation from people who don't care about you or people who don't care what you're doing. You're not comparing your life to other people's lives, right? You're living your own life. And that's the blessing here, okay? That is the blessing. Spirit guides, please continue this message for the collective. You've had to walk away from a lot of things or lose the things that you use to validate yourself and make you look better than other people in your mind, or status symbols, house, car, marriage, something had to be released. And you may have been obsessed with getting it back, proving people wrong. I'm still a winner. I'm still a boss. Something like that. And whatever you were chasing after kept eluding you, or it was bringing you more drama. It was bringing you more drama. Yeah. For example, suppose there's a woman, right, who is very beautiful and she's known for being beautiful on social media. That's her whole persona. She's an influencer. And then her boyfriend breaks up with her, right? She built her whole platform on being the best girlfriend, best life, whatever, having a perfect relationship and everything else. Look at and then that relationship falls apart. She then tries to rebound with somebody else and things get worse, right? Her life gets more chaotic because she's chasing validation outside of herself. And by doing that, she's selling herself out or compromising her values or her self-respect or her stability to keep up with the Joneses, or to keep up with a false image and a persona with this mask here. Walking away from a persona, mask, an illusion that you've created to make yourself look like what you think you need it to look like in order to be accepted by people. So if I look like this and I act like that and I have this money, then they'll love me, they'll value me, they'll appreciate me, they'll see I'm a star. And you're abandoning that idea. Okay? Spirit guides, please continue for the collective. Important message for my subscribers in particular. I do see this as a Saturn, Neptune, and Aries conjunction. There's an ego death going on here for the collective. Arians are very egotistical. Most fire signs are actually. Well, actually, all fire signs are very egotistical. But yeah, someone's being humbled. The fire signs being humbled. Very competitive boss girl, successful person being humbled. Patience, temperance card. This is number 5. High priestess. Number 7, chariot moving forward. Patience and high priestess. Being silent, healing alone. Not having to be center stage all the time. Regrouping, reassessing, reevaluating. Healing in silence. Not putting your life on Front Street or on blast for people to ooh and ah and be jealous of you or admire you or worship you in some way. This could be a social media influencer, somebody with a platform, somebody who's popular or famous with lots of fans, or somebody who's very successful. You are taking a step back. And now you're trying to grow organically. You're not trying to force the issue. You're not trying to force success. You're not trying to force instant gratification by way of like these milestones or these achievements that you've accomplished. It's like a hit. Somebody was obsessed with social media validation, other people's opinions of them, being worshipped or envied or seen as an example or role model. They're obsessed with that, and they're walking away from that now. They're making peace with the fact that that's not how they want to live. 3 of Wands, whole new beginning. Aries energy. Neptune and Saturn are in Aries. These ones that come out too. Knight of Cups and the 6 of Cups. Healing your inner child. Pisces. Letting go of the ego. Remembering why you're doing this. Why do you seek attention? Why do you need validation? Why do you need, yeah. Right. So instead of seeking attention from people who don't know you, now you're trying to work on your family relationships, interpersonal relationships, having more genuine emotional connections, not just connections based on vanity, superficial validation, praise. Look at how perfect they are, how strong, how successful, how much money they make, how pretty they are. You're seeking deeper connections, becoming less superficial. Page of Swords. Okay, right. Some sort of epiphany, awareness, seeing things differently, a new perspective. King of Pentacles, about your value. New values. Not just based on what you have, but who you are as a person. Are you enough to bring to the table? Are you your own table? The Hierophant, commitment. 2 Taurus energies. This is Venus and Venus, your values. Somebody could have a lot of 7th house placements or be a Libra. A Libra is highly aspected. A lot of Libra energy in your chart. This is you seeing your own value. Once you reflect on your childhood experiences, once you remember who you really are or who you really were, how you felt as a child. Like when you were a kid, you didn't care about social media, right? You didn't care about other people's opinions of you. You were just happy in your own space, doing your own thing. You became unhappy when you started to compare yourself to other women or men, how they were living, who they were married to, how much money they made, how they looked. You lost yourself. You did. The Hierophant represents conditioning. This could have been a situation where your father may have treated you a certain way. He may have denied you affection, attention, some sort of validation. And it programmed or conditioned you into seeking external validation because you didn't get it from him. He didn't affirm you. This father figure did not affirm you as a woman or a man. So you sought affirmation, and appreciation, and a pat on the back. Congratulations from people who don't know you, who don't care about you. And I think you're healing that now. You're realizing that you're actually seeking the love of your father or father figure. Saturn, Neptune conjunction in Aries. The divine masculine is healing too. So yeah, everything you were doing, some of you guys were women who were very, very masculine, or men who were very, very feminine. Masculine women, boss girl, right? I don't need anybody. I'm completely independent. I'm good at making money, making boss moves, but I'm not a nurturing woman. I don't love myself. I don't accept myself. I work really hard because I don't believe that I can manifest or attract just by being. I have to prove myself. The feminine man would be a man who is afraid of asserting himself and going after what he wants because he didn't have a role model, a male role model to show him how to do that. There could be issues with sexuality as well, or masculinity, feeling emasculated by society, afraid of going after what you want, not having confidence, wanting to be safe all the time, not taking any risks, wanting to be safe. I will say this, really masculine men, they resent safety. They don't want to be safe. They want to be challenged. And the feminine men don't want to be challenged. They want to be safe like women. One more and then I'm done with this deck. So you're healing. Good job, guys. Ace of Pentacles. New beginnings. New sense of value, self-worth. Appreciation for yourself. Hold on. Let me clean this up. Transformation. The Death card. Number 14. Number 4, I'm sorry. 13, 14. Yes, this is a death card. Somebody has an ego death. Pluto is in Aquarius. You guys may have fixed energies in your chart or cardinals, because Pluto was in Capricorn for about 14, 15 years, and the cardinal signs went through massive transformations in their life as well. Magicians, yes. Manifesting, creating the future that you want for yourself, but you have to transform for it. So you're setting the stage for sustainable fulfillment, sustainable contentment. Not contentment based on what you have, but who you are as a person. So no matter what goes on around you, no matter where you're living, you guys may need to have friends too. Good friends. No matter who you are, no matter where you're living, no matter how you look, whatever, you love yourself. And you're starting to work on that. How do I accept myself as I am without the 10 of Pentacles, without the money and the marriage and the perfect life? How do I accept me without that? Do I need these things? Do I need 10 Pentacles to be fulfilled? And once you realize that you don't need it, you're going to get it. You're going to manifest it. And so this is you using the resources you have at your disposal, right? Your intellect, your ingenuity, your creativity, your work ethic. You're using these qualities to create long-term sustainable stability and fulfillment. You want both. You don't just want money. You want to be happy too. You don't just want security. You want to be happy. You don't just want a spouse or a man. You want to be happy. So it's like fulfillment is important for you. Healing that inner child, the Aries energy. That inner child is being healed with Chiron and Aries too. So yeah, you're healing your masculine side. If you're a man, you're becoming more confident in yourself, more assertive, less risk averse, believing in yourself more, not being afraid of getting hurt or failing, building up your muscles, not just for aesthetics, but to actually maybe, for your physical health, for your vitality, right? You're not just looking good to attract the attention of men and women. You're looking good because you know that if you have a healthy temple, you'll be able to manifest or create the world that you want, the life that you want, that's fulfilling versus I got muscles and now I'm going to be on OnlyFans modeling, showing my body off, but I'm not fulfilled here. So someone or some of you guys are really getting in touch with your core, with who you are as people, your spiritual side. You become more spiritual. The money is going to be here, but this money is not going to be blood money, right? You're not going to sell yourself out for this. This is real, genuine, sustainable fulfillment from the soul, from the heart. It's not going to be because of a degree or because of a house or because of money. This is me. I have intrinsic value that cannot be bought, sold, destroyed, invalidated by anybody outside of me. I'm the source of my own value, essentially. Nobody can take that from me. If I lose my job, if I lose my spouse, if I lose my car, if I lose whatever, I'm still going to be me. I'm still a star. So this is you going from being like maybe a depressed or insecure Aries to like a Leo. So there could be a progression from Cancer to Leo in your natal chart, a solar progression to Leo. Or Leo could be activated by, if you have Leo in your chart, it's being activated by this Neptune, Saturn, and Aries trine. Spirit guys, some keywords for my subscribers. Book. Facts come to light. Reaching for the details. Read a good book. Learning. Getting needed information. Page of Swords is here. Itchy. Meeting an old friend or enemy. Advance in a position or loss. Someone speaking of you for the better or worse. Discovering a legacy or sorrow. A happy journey, good or bad. Money in or out. A joy. So this is duality. This is Libra energy. It's like very strange. In order for you to okay, some of you have gained the world and lost your soul. In order for you to get your soul back, you have to lose everything or get rid of everything that you value. Right? The things that you don't need, conspicuous consumption, social media clout, those things have to be removed if you're going to be happy. I think you're going to realize that. You're going to become more minimalist. Less concerned about social media validation, less concerned about what other people think. There's some duality here. I didn't see this card before. Wow. Well, what the hell? Red. What in the world? What kind of card is this? I've never seen this card before. Red hoe, running away, red flag, a sneaky bitch, hidden agenda, cheater, keeps it on the down low, secretive. Some of you guys could have been, I don't know, in the streets, I guess, as an influencer. Oh, okay, I get it. Okay, so yeah. So this could be for somebody who was doing things that may have been a bit taboo to get money, to get fame, to get clout, to get followers on social media, running away, sneaky. What in the world? Hidden agenda, cheater, keeps it on a down low, secretive. Bees, hardworking person, fertilization, life sustaining. I mentioned sustainability. Sting, sweet situation, growth provider. This is where you were. You're running away from this. What the world? I've never seen this card before. Growth provider, seeking, respected, fearless. Yes. that fearless energy. This is Saturn in Aries and Neptune in Aries. Right? At this point, you're not being afraid of losing it all or losing what you value. You have the courage to be yourself and to be happy to be yourself. Gray, murky situation. More to be seen. Look deeper. Depression that is deep. Alligator, stealth, swift. Take a big bite out of life. Good fortune, dynamic. Primal instincts, ancient wisdom. Move quietly but strike with great force. Okay. So here's this. I think this is this related? Here's what I see happening. If you're famous and on social media, there could be people stalking you. You could have people watching you to see, or you could be doing this to somebody else. I'm hearing a trap. Is something going to, is this related to this? How did this switch like this? Facts come to light, reaching for the details. Read a good book, learning. Facts about this situation, about you or somebody else. Okay. So this, I guess on social media, there'll be a few people who are exposed for living a lie. And they were bragging about their lifestyles. They were bragging about how much money they had. They were bragging about, these are really prominent people. And this is actually what's happening all over media now. Like, people are selling a fantasy or an illusion. And then something happens where it's all exposed as like a fake. Like B. Simone. Is B. Simone in Aries, I think? Something like that. Meeting an old friend or an enemy. Are you trying to impress people who don't like you? You're surrounded by people who don't F with you. Okay. Let me just, because it's all coming in really quickly. Here's what's happening. While you were trying to become more famous or be seen as successful or climbing the ladder of success in some way, you were attracting enemies, haters. They were lurking and waiting for your downfall. Once you walk away from this, you'll see who is really your friend. Right? And so this could be somebody who already has a lot of friends, or they're famous, or they're popular or something. They have some sort of status. So once you walk away, you'll start to see that, the people who you thought were cool with you were only cool with you because of what you had and your status and what you could do for them. They don't really care about you. And some of them were like waiting for you to fall. Move quietly but strike with great force. Like, you'll see who your real friends are once you lose what you thought you valued. Or once you lose those. This is giving B. Simone. And I don't even know her like that. But it's that kind of energy where somebody's, bragging about how much they have, who they are, how amazing they are. And then that elicits jealousy from people. So then when that person says, I'm broke, everybody's happy about it. But you feel free. You're okay with that, though. You're okay with losing it all because now you're not. First of all, now you're finding out who these people really are. You're finding out about fake friends. You're finding out that people will judge you if you're not perfect. And that's what you were most afraid of. And in the past, you may have cringed about that, about not being seen as perfect. But now you're like, I'm free. I don't give a F. I'm human. Who are you? Like, there's less of a concern about being perfect, being perceived as perfect. So your life isn't perfect. People thought it was. Once you realize it's not, your haters are going to come out and shit on you, I guess, and make it worse. But you're not going to really care because you'll be free. You'll be free. from the illusion, the mask. It's too much pressure to maintain. Okay? Let me see if there's another card. One more and I'm done. It's been about 30 minutes. That's a good amount of time. Spirit guys, please, one more card, please, for the collective. And then I am out. Impatience. Impatience came out earlier. Some of you guys wanted overnight success. You wanted to be seen as the boss, the whatever, the most successful, the most beautiful, that isn't. And, you know, you took some shortcuts. And so because you took some shortcuts, like being a hoe, well, I'm not saying this. The cards are saying this. You took some shortcuts to get to where you are. Like you were sleeping around to get to the bag so that people can look at you on social media and say, look at my perfect life. Something may happen to like reveal or expose that, you know, you sold yourself for a bag. Victim. Yeah. And one more. Grief. Grief. You're going to find out that the people you thought were your friends were not your friends. You may have done things to be seen a certain way on social media, and now I guess the house of cards is collapsing in some way, and you may be embarrassed about it by a little, you know, a little bit. There's some embarrassment here. What's the resolution? Perfection. Yeah. Want to be seen as perfect, and you don't want people to see your flaws or how imperfect your life is, and you may have done things to take a shortcut to get this fame and notoriety. Being an influencer. It's kind of like the unfortunate story of a young woman. She's 40 years old, a mother who was separated from her husband. She was a fitness influencer, and unfortunately she was unalived by her husband while she was on a date with somebody else. Now she has 7 kids already, and the husband said, the estranged husband said that he paid for all her surgeries. He paid for her body, he paid for her stomach, he paid for her booty, he upgraded her, and then she tried to play him. And so unfortunately he got rid of her. I'm not saying it's right, but something like that where you're trying to become an influencer, taking shortcuts. You're trying to become a star, and then something happens where it's all exposed as a fake. It's not real in some way. And then you'll see who your friends really are. So people could have been worshiping you and kissing your behind because of what they thought you had and what they thought you represented and all the followers you had or whatever. And now it's been exposed, or it's revealed that you're not perfect. So you'll lose a lot of the fake fans who were using your perfection or perceived perfection to live through vicariously, or to attack somebody else, or as an inspiration for them. And you're going to see that the whole time they were trying to hate on you. They were hating on you the whole time. So they were like watching you to copy you in some way, to imitate you. And now that you've taken a step back, they're going to show their true colors. But you're okay with that now, because now you feel free. You're tired of the mask. It's exhausting. Somebody's exhausted trying to keep up I guess an image of perfection, illusion of perfection. What the hell is this? This card is, you read the card. I'm not making this up. Why would they put this on a card? Can you guys see it? Is it in focus? What is this? That's crazy. And this is red too. Look at my perfect life. Look at my Louboutins. Even though Louboutins have red bottoms. Look at my, red bottoms. Look at my perfect life. And then it's not that. It kind of falls apart. In a sense. It's like bittersweet or a catch-22 here. There's like a duality. For better or worse. Someone speaking of you for the better or worse. Meeting an old friend or enemy. It's like a I don't know. Like the scales are being balanced in some way. This is definitely Libra energy. I'm thinking like Cardi B, something like that. B Simone. I'm not saying it's them, but that kind of situation where everything looks amazing on the surface. You look whatever, but it's a mess behind the scenes. And now, yeah. All right. But hopefully this already happened and you've dealt with this. You've transformed, you've healed, and you're on your way up. I think you are. You've made peace with that, the death card. Hopefully this is not going to happen in the future. But if it does happen, you'll be okay because you're ready for this anyway. All right, guys, look forward to reading your feedback. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll speak to you soon.